Janine Uter.
My name is Janine Uter, and a lot of the questions that I had also been stated by others, so I'll try not to reiterate a whole lot. But I grew up in Crystal City, graduated from Crystal City High School, came back after college, and am now currently raising my family here. I have 2 small children, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and my property backs up about 50 feet from the railroad tracks. So this project is going to impact me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I love my home, love Crystal City, and I have to look out for what's best for my family. And the one thing that we have left is our real estate and our property. I've also been a member of the local park board for several years, so I do have a vested interest in this community. I have served this community. It's a volunteer position, and we have a wonderful city, and we need to make sure that that stays that way. While I am very appreciative of the wonderful presentation today, I am very skeptical because they're employed by Wings Enterprise. So they're not looking out for what's best for Crystal City. Probably none of the gentlemen here or Jim Kennedy ever planned to live in Crystal City or be impacted by this particular facility. You all are who we elected to represent the citizens. So you're the ones that have to look out for us. Everything that Mr. Nehmeyer said, if that was in fact true, we had it in writing, there was going to be no major noise, no major pollution, it was going to bring 600 jobs, our lives would not be changed. Wow, bring the project on. But I'm just very skeptical because of the secrecy behind everything that took place. I live within 185 feet of an area that was rezoned major heavy industry. That was illegally done. And it breaks my heart to think that I have to take thousands of my dollars to file lawsuits to fight my city because you're doing things that are not in the best interest of the community. I never received a notice in writing before all of that was completed. Had we not brought it up to the agenda, we probably never would have had a meeting regarding that. When we bought our property, the area behind our home was recreation conservation. And due to secrecy, all of a sudden, 1/3 of our town is major heavy industry. Now, I don't know about you all, but that's some pretty major heavy rezoning. Now, if it is in fact going to bring exactly what he said, and my life is not going to be changed, and I can play in my backyard on my playground with my boys and not have to listen to an idling train constantly, or the coupling of cars, and I know all about that, my husband's a manager for the railroad, and I can be sure that whatever's going to be on the cars is going to be completely covered, and nothing is going to be contaminating to pollute the air for my children to breathe. I'm all for it. I'm all for jobs. I'm a principal. I'm all for education. Bring in the tax dollars. The schools desperately need it. But we need to make sure that all of these promises that these gentlemen are making, and Jim Kennedy, which I have very little faith in that man, he's done nothing but divide our entire town. So sad. We can't believe somebody that's not from here, that's not looking out what's best for us. This is, from what I can gather, this is like a phased project. We're talking 3 years down the road, we're going to have a factory with workers. For 3 years before these union guys are going to have work at this plant. I mean, come on, this is the day, we need jobs right now. And we haven't even done any of the environmental studies. Those things need to be done before we allow this to come into our town. How do we know that all these environmental things are going to be, there's no emissions? I find that a little hard to believe that there are no emissions from a plant like this. The coke pile, what happens when the wind's blowing? What happens to our homes, our yard, our town? The slag, they say it's in high demand. Well, hello, my husband sees Granite City Steel every single day. Slag is not in demand. There's piles and piles of it, you can't get rid of it. I mean, come on, folks. I know we want to believe that everything's going to be one great rosy picture. We're going to be a prosperous town. The money's Guys, you gotta look at this with a clear mind. You have to represent us. You have to protect the citizens. You're the only ones we have. We can't allow Jim Kennedy to look out for us. You guys have to look out for us. So please, take this into consideration before you give this conditional use permit. Do the legwork and make sure we have hardcore facts before we take this on.
Some of what I have here is obviously going to be repetitive.
Mr. Esberg, would you please talk into the microphone?
I'm sorry. I'd like to say Mr. Niemeyer's presentation was fantastic. Probably everybody likes your plans, but there are some questions concerning that. To the people in the orange shirts, I don't think there's anyone here that's opposed to jobs. It's the type of jobs. Anybody like to raise their hand if they're opposed to jobs? I didn't think so. No, I'm not. Concerning the traffic in the streets here, Mr. Friedmeier says there will be no problem. As you know, I worked for the city for a number of years, and I will tell you, whatever it's worth, the State Highway Department one time put a 10-ton load limit on Bailey Road. When it comes to a traffic study, you might look at the city to the north of Peabody. They're in the process of advertising one for professionals. I think that's what Crystal City should do too. Property values in the area. There's no one here to ask this question, but I certainly would like to know how it was arrived at. It's not going to affect them. Mr. Niemeyer, my question to you is, you have said this furnace, if I understood correctly, will not use coal. Maybe you can tell me why at a meeting on February the 11th, 2009, James Kennedy told the group of people it would use coal. Well, I know you weren't there, but I mean, it's not very consistent. You're standing here saying there's no coal, and the man that's behind it saying there is. My main part of this is I'm even wondering why we're here discussing a conditional use permit for someone who admittedly in the leader, and I do get my information from the leader, on January 29th, 2009 says he has no financing for the project, no easements for the pipeline, doesn't have an operational mind, and can't or won't tell the citizens of the community about the technological process he intends to use, and that the only pollutant will be carbon dioxide. To me, that is not a very good recommendation for a project. To me, what you have there is a recipe for disaster. Let's just take this scenario, if you would. Let's suppose that James Kennedy doesn't get all the financing he would like to have. And in these times, that could be very easily happen. So he decides he has to cut back on the project. Can he do that? The way it's structured now, yes. No one can tell you what would stop him from building just a barge port or a loading facility, which is now number one on his project list. And just bring his iron ore in from the mine to be shipped out